Hello, I'm Dave. I'm the countryside officer for the local authority, and I've been doing this role for 35 years. I got to know about Waterton probably within the first week of being in the job based here at the Country Park at Anglers. That's when I started to read and talk to people within the local authority's museums section. That's where I got my knowledge from. Charles Waterton created the first nature reserve in the world. We are hopefully following in Charles Waterton's footsteps with regards to nature conservation. He was the father of nature conservation worldwide. This is the wall that Charles Waterton had built to go around his nature reserve. The wall was 3 miles long and it took approximately 12 years to build. It was 9 foot high on average, where he foresaw the threats. All the poachers knew that behind that wall were a lot of animals and birds because they were protected. So what Waterton did, every now and again, he used to put up a dummy bird. Some were made of wood, some were made of metal, in the trees, silhouetted. The poacher would be distracted by the sight of that in the tree, thinking it was a normal bird. He'd have a shot at it, and by the time he'd shot, Waterton and his gamekeepers would be on them. This is one of Waterton's watchtowers. Today we would call them wildlife viewing hides. He had 6 around the estate. Sadly, this is the only one that remains. We believe these are the first of their type in the world, purposely built to view wildlife. They actually had 2 purposes. One was for him to sit in there and view his wildlife. The other one was for his gamekeepers to sit in there to keep an ear out for poachers, but mainly for Charles to sit in there and document in his notebook wildlife. Waterton was seen as a little bit strange for doing that. The standard way of looking at wildlife was to shoot it, kill it, and then go and observe it. Waterton used to sit and observe the wildlife as it was flying around, as it was walking around, and looking at movements, nesting habits, which again, it's what we do today. So he was the forerunner of all of that. Guns were not allowed on here. Everything on here was here for preservation, which is, again, it's something that we do today. We try and preserve what we've got and enhance it if we can, and that's what Charles did. This is the old entrance to what used to be the Elizabethan Manor House. The nice thing about the gatehouse is that Charles utilised it for barn owls. He had little ledges along the inside where the barn owls used to nest. Today it's covered in ivy, which he would have absolutely loved. Ivy, holly were forever green and gave protection to birds, especially birds, all year long. So this he would have absolutely loved. What I've got here is a collection of letters that Charles wrote, and more importantly, his notebook. Charles would sit with pen and notebook and document what he saw. This is the outcome. What this does show is his life's observations of nature. We're walking in the steps of Waterton, really, because he started this conservation work, and we hopefully will continue it. We won't finish it. That's for everybody to do. It's a work in progress. The work that I do and my colleagues do and future countryside officers, rangers, it's a reflection of what he's done. We can revert everything back to Waterton's time and see what Waterton saw. Hopefully in my time. People are becoming more aware and focusing more on the environment, on the natural environment. We've got a long way to go, but we're on the right track.